Let me introduce myself this time.
Of course, absolutely. Take your time whenever you're ready. All ears and excited to hear more about you.
My name is Mohammed Samal. I live in Multan, and today I want to talk with
Nice to
you
meet
on the topic how to make better decisions and
you.
avoid regret. Tell me, ChatGPT.
Absolutely. That's a really interesting topic. We can explore decision making, pros and cons, and how to reflect on choices to dive into first.
Okay. Now, my next question is what does making a better decision mean to you personally? Why do people often struggle when faced with important choices? Tell.
Sure. For me, making a better decision often means choosing an option that aligns with my values, long term goals, and the information I have at hand. People often struggle with important choices because of uncertainty, fear of making the wrong choice, or the pressure of potential consequences. Plus, emotions and biases can definitely play a role. Let me know your thoughts.
How can self awareness help in making better decisions?
Self awareness is super valuable because it helps you understand your own values, motivations, and biases. When you're more in tune with yourself, you can recognize what truly matters to you, which leads to clearer priorities. It also helps you catch emotional impulses or cognitive biases that might cloud your judgment. In short, the more self aware you are, the better equipped you are to make decisions that truly align with your authentic self.
What role does emotion play in decision making?
Emotions can have a huge impact on decision making. They can guide us toward choices that feel right in the moment and help us connect with our values and instincts. However, they can also sometimes cloud our judgment, leading to impulsive or emotionally driven decisions that we might regret later. Balancing emotions with rational thinking is key to making well rounded decisions. Ultimately, acknowledging and understanding our emotions can help us make more mindful and balanced choices.
How can someone balance logic and intuition when making choices? Why do we sometimes regret decisions even after careful thinking? Tell me, ChatGPT.
Balancing logic and intuition often involves a combination. Give yourself space to reflect and listen to your gut feelings. Often, intuition is shaped by past experiences and can provide valuable insights that logic might overlook. As for regret, even after careful thinking, it can stem from a few things: unexpected outcomes, emotional attachments, or the fear of missing out on other possibilities. It's also natural for hindsight to bring up doubts. The key is to learn from those experiences, refine your decision making process, and be kind to yourself
What
along
are
the way.
some common decision making mistakes people make? How can analyzing past decisions improve future ones?
Some common decision making mistakes include relying too heavily on short term emotions, falling prey to confirmation bias, overthinking and paralysis by analysis, or even succumbing to social pressure and external influences. Analyzing past decisions is really valuable because it helps you identify, recognize what worked well. By reflecting on both successful and unsuccessful choices, you can refine your decision making framework, become more aware of your biases, and ultimately make more informed and confident choices in the future.
What's the difference between a good decision and a good outcome?
That's a really important distinction. A good decision is one that's made based on sound reasoning and alignment with your values and goals, regardless of the outcome. A good outcome, on the other hand, is the result of that decision, and it can sometimes be influenced by factors beyond our control. In other words, you can make a great decision and still end up with an unexpected or less than ideal outcome due to external variables. Conversely, a less optimal decision might sometimes lead to a good outcome by sheer luck. The key is to focus on consistently making good decisions and learning from the outcomes regardless of what they are.
How can fear of failure affect our ability to decide?
Making, it can cause us to avoid taking risks even when the potential benefits are significant. It can also lead to overthinking or paralysis by analysis, where we get stuck in indecision because we're afraid of making the wrong choice. On the flip side, fear of failure can also sometimes push us to be overly cautious, which might mean missing out on valuable opportunities. The key is to acknowledge that failure, the natural part of growth and learning, and by embracing it, we can become more resilient and more willing to take thoughtful risks.
How can fear of failure affect our ability to decide? What practical steps can someone take to make clear decisions? How important is timing on decision making? Tell me the chat GPT.
Absolute hesitation to missed opportunities. To make clearer decisions, some practical steps include first, setting clear goals and priorities so you know what matters most. Second, gathering relevant information to make an informed choice. Third, considering potential outcomes and weighing the pros and cons. And, and finally, trusting your intuition, logic. As for timing, it's definitely an edge, while other times taking more time to reflect can lead to better outcomes. The key is to find a balance and know when to move forward and when to pause.
How can setting priorities help reduce regret later? In what ways do our values shape the quality of our decisions? Tell me, ChatGPT.
Setting priorities really helps because it gives you a clear framework for making decisions, ensuring that you focus on what truly matters to you. When you use, you're less likely to be swayed by external pressures or fleeting emotions, which can reduce the chances of regret later on. It means you're more aligned with your long-term goals and less likely to second guess your choices. Our values play a huge role in shaping the quality of our decisions because they act as a compass. When we make choices that are in line with our core beliefs and principles, we're more likely to feel fulfilled and content with the outcomes. It also helps us navigate complex situations more authentically and confidently, leading to more meaningful and
How do
satisfying
successful
decisions.
leaders handle high stakes decisions? What can we learn from bad decisions we have made in the past? Tell me.
Successful leaders often handle high stakes decisions by combining a few key elements. They rely on thorough data analysis, they seek cues from their team, and they maintain a clear focus, trust their instincts while also being open to feedback, and they learn to make decisions in a timely manner with optimism. From the bad decisions areas where we can improve our decision making process and help us refine our ability to anticipate potential pitfalls. Ultimately, each misstep becomes a valuable lesson that strengthens our future decision making and builds resilience.
What's the best way to deal with regret once a decision is made? How can feedback from others improve our decision quality? Tell me.
Dealing with regret starts with self compassion and reflection. It helps to acknowledge that regret is a natural part of growth and learning instead of what you can learn from the experience and how you can apply those lessons moving forward. Practicing mindfulness and maintaining a positive outlook can also help you move past regret more effectively. Feedback from others is incredibly valuable because it offers new perspectives and insights that we might not see on our own. Constructive feedback helps us identify blind
Okay,
spots,
ChatGPT,
refine our
now my last
approach, and
question. What
make more.
role does long-term thinking play in avoiding regret? If you put one final piece of advice on making better decisions, what would it be? Tell me the last question of ChatGPT in one summary.